Well, here I am. I'm okay, pulling this up. Got a haircut today. People are going to stop coming up to me on the street and handing me dollars because I really look bad. Well, these things happen. Okay, I don't want that. Anyway, okay, I've got my doohickey. Okay, I've got my page lined up. I got a cool announcement going on. It's in development, but it's extremely cool. Tell you about that in a few minutes. Beep boop boop boop. Now you don't have to look at my ugly face. I did that a couple of days ago. And when you stand, if you stand up, you see my gluteus maximus in all its glory, and that's not so great. So, about noon or so, like that, I started getting real sleepy, and I knew that a week ago, on this very, well, I fell asleep. I said, I can't do this. I had gotten up at 5 a.m., which I did for like 30 years, but for some reason I've hit a unique barrier for me that I cannot do that anymore. I gotta get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So much for that. I can't get up with the chickens anymore. So today I got up at 6:30, which is bad, almost as bad. So I was feeling kind of rough. So I'm going to finish this up. Then tomorrow I'll start on page 60, not page 70. All right, boy. Oh, here's page 70. I might as well show page 70 and put it over here. I haven't scanned it yet. I did a little bit of reworking on it. Might as well show this. Do. Well, you know how to do that? There. I'll start working on this tomorrow. That's what it looks like. You ever get it up? Anyway, I got to do this. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I got to scan it. These big 19 by 24. So this would be 12 by 19, which is pretty good size. But I have to cut them down a little bit so they fit onto my 11 by 17 inch scanner. So look, it looks good. So here we are, playing around with this, still on my color layer. Let me increase the size of this little puppy. Okay. And okay. So now, right down here, I want, let me open up the companion page to this, which will be across the gutter from this page. Okay, got this here. So I'm gonna bring this over here so I can look at it occasionally and figure out, like, there's a few little colors here I want to use. And probably that thing there. And I can probably bring some of this over here. That's probably not the exact color I wanted. I want to get rid of that. Then I can grab that color. That's better. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. And so I got this. Now I'm going to bring this over here. And I have a little more contrast so that arm sticks out. And how much? I don't want any black in there. So there's 5. But black, those things creep in. I don't want any black in my little rust colored thing. So I proposed an idea, a very old friend of mine, that he come on my live broadcast, and we have a special day that's just him. He'll do whatever he wants to do, and he does some stuff that just blows your mind. And I'll be in the background, sort of like as the technical assistant to the technical producer, the technical director. I used to teach television production, so a television technical director is basically the guy who decides which camera is going to be used. Or the director will say camera 4, and the technical director will be the one who punches in camera 4. And that's basically what I'll do. And it'll be totally devoted to my old buddy. And if you are into comics or science fiction illustration, you'll recognize his name. His name is Rick Berry. And I sent him a message a couple of days ago saying, hey, why don't you come on over to one of my live streams and do whatever you want to do. And he's got a lot of cool things going on. Especially, he's got a book that was published called Invented People. And it was like last part of just the very last part of last year came out, but it's still very super cool book and has some gorgeous paintings in it and the highest quality printing you can imagine. Absolutely incredibly beautiful printing. So he said, hey, it sounds cool. How do we do this? So I'm just taking that as a yes, and we'll just figure that out when we're going to do it. We're going to try to do it on the best day we can do it, so we get the most viewership. And I want to go around to comic book circles and science fiction illustration groups and everything, tell them this is happening, because he has his place both in the history of science fiction illustration, since he is the first artist to ever do a book cover illustration using digital means. Did back like 1984 or something like that. And this he didn't he just said, okay, he got an assignment and he said, okay, I'm going to do this. And he did it. He went to MIT and they helped him do it. It's very similar to the way that first time I digitized documentation of Holocaust survivors back in 1997. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went to my local college where I was an adjunct professor, and I had them help me do it. They basically did it for me. It took like 8 or 9 hours to get an hour of or 40 minutes of testimony of these Holocaust survivors on. Anyway, that's similar maybe to what happened to Rick. Is he went there and he absorbed everything that they knew, and in that way, he basically invented a new way of doing book illustration. So he may talk about that, or he may actually show you how he does it. Because I do not know, there are no vids out there. There are no videos out there of Rick actually doing something on his computer and showing you how it's done. So that would be a cool thing to do. Nobody's ever seen this done in a live stream, and there are no YouTube videos of him doing it. There are lots of YouTube videos of him. There's several, not lots, but there's several YouTube videos of him painting. And he has a real cool way of starting a painting that just is like an automatic drawing almost. And he just outrageous stuff comes out. And so that might be a cool thing. I'll talk to him about it. We're going to do it in the next couple of weeks. And I just have to talk to him. He paints every day and, does all types of stuff every day. So we gotta find a way to do it. On that day, I'll just be in the background, because when you're doing something like this, it's my position that whoever's there, that he takes over, and that's his day, and I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna be there to help him, because it'd be cool. Because I'd like to see how he does it too. I started doing digital painting everything after seeing the stuff he was doing, and he really does some outrageous stuff. I didn't like that. I didn't do that well. Come on, another. Okay. Okay. And let me see in the background. I think that right there doesn't need to be there. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna. But for probably needs to. Well, how's that? Listen, layer one. What am I doing? That's why it looks kind of squirrely. Get over here and color, bud. Okay. Huh. I don't know. Erase that. Now, do I erase this? What was that? Oh. That's interesting. I have white underneath there. It shouldn't be any problem. Okay. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Come back up to color. And bring that over here. Take that out. And then color this in here. If you'll let me. Okay. Do that like that. Okay. So that's forming in my mind right now. Nobody has ever seen Rick Barry do Photoshop. I haven't talked to him yet, so don't get your hopes up. But nobody's ever seen him do his Photoshop magic. And he may not want to share all that Photoshop magic. He may want to say it's for me alone. But we'll see. Or he might just, it's up to him. Whatever he wants to do, I'll just maybe be there just so he has somebody to talk to. It'll be done right here on my Facebook page and in my YouTube channel. Now that's not too horrible. Bring this down here, a little bit over here, a little bit over here, a little bit. Okay. And then okay. Now these things get bluish. As you get into the distance, things get bluish. So you want to have something that's a similar value. Similar value. About like that. Take out the black. And what? Wait a second. Take out the black. Okay, I had two in there. It's like that. I wanted to take out, but I wanted it to be a pear bud in the blue range. Okay, well, I'm going to have to put up with that, I guess. Now we put it over here. I was just showing an Asher Duran painting of the Hudson Valley to my students. Yes, no, it wasn't. Was it? May have been. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking about atmospheric perspective to my students yesterday. And in our book, it uses an Asher Duran painting of the Hudson Valley, and it all goes towards blue in the background. Okay. And now we have to play around with these trees. Trees are all grayish. In fact, I was doing a little bit of research today. It was all very grayish. So let's go up here and do some gray on that thing. Before we do that, let's do that, and maybe mess around with some of this. And we're going to have to, where there is wood doesn't look like that. Wood doesn't look like it's made of clay. I'd fix that. And it's going to be kind of grayish. And this will be a little more sandy looking. Let me see what else I got down here. I probably have the same thing going on here. I got to make these things agree with each other. Okay. It's not photorealism, so it doesn't have to be like, kind of colors you'd see in a hyper-realist setting. Okay. Okay. Doo-dah. Okay, I'm gonna make up a color here. Well, maybe I don't have to make it up. Let me see. I'll bring it over here. And bring it over here, and I want to, yeah, like that. I take out the black, and I'll use it over here. Okay, a little bit over here, and I'm going to get some gray in here because wood on the bark area is very grayish. There's little specks of color here and there, but it's mostly gray. So you can't have them be brownish. You're not going to see a whole lot of trees that are going to the brown range. Obviously, I've been looking at a lot of trees lately. So anyway, I used to look at horses all the time. And I fortunately had a lot of experience. My wife's an equestrian. She was when we met. Used to go out to horse country here in Florida, and she'd ride, and I would, I don't know, sit there and stare at her. I was in love. You love to stare a lot. It's like, how could this woman be even thinking about hanging out with me? Anybody who knows me knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure her father was saying the exact same thing. Fathers usually say that. Okay, down here. I could probably make it a little smaller. Yeah. Okay. And so bring this gray in here. Nee-nee-nee-nee-doo. So I'm going to be making announcements in a lot of comic book and science fiction art groups that Rick's going to be there soon. And once we're doing this all by messaging. So as soon as I get some feedback and figure out what we're going to do, then I'll put up, some kind of event thing. Making it an event, because it is an event. I have no way of telling whether or not he'll think it's a cool idea, but nobody has ever seen Rick Barry do his Photoshop magic in anything, except maybe when he was teaching at Tufts. I'm sure he shared that with his students. But there's nothing out there in the public sphere. So this could be a first. That'd really be a cool first. Because the guy can draw. The guy can draw. Lord knows he can draw. And he's really turned into a heck of a painter. And so we can both draw like nobody's business, and you really know how to push that old paint around. That could be something. And then in Photoshop, he takes it and he just does some outrageous stuff. Sometimes he just doesn't even need Photoshop. Like those big cabaret paintings he did for Amanda Palmer. Ooh, man. There's one of them that's especially just so outrageously beguiling. What does that look like? Let me see. Not so bad. I'm kind of a mind that I want to keep this kind of simple. I haven't laid in my shadows yet, but I want to keep it simple. I'm at least of the mind that you just like Alex Toth said, keep it simple, and you'll usually be in a lot better shape, because coloring that gets too complicated confuses everybody, and then you say the colorist is trying to impress everybody, and I'm not for that. Okay, I just want simple color that reminds me of something you'd see in comic strips from Sunday comic strips. And those can be outrageous, like, Flash Gordon, Alpha, and Prince Valiant. That's pretty good stuff. So you can have outrageously good coloring without getting too wild about it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And remembering that as you get into the distance, everything gets much simpler. You don't need much back there, because that'll just draw attention to itself and make it pop forward. You don't want it to pop forward, you want to pop back. See, those colors are kind of similar. I have to make some adjustments here, but I think I know what I can do. A simple matter of taking out the tone in that area. Okay. Gray skies don't really do much for me, so I'm going to have to fix that up a bit. So let's go up here. And let's, get rid of that tint of orange. That beige. Beige is always going to be a tint of orange. And orange is a complementary color to blue, so you're going to neutralize that color if you put a tone on that. So we'll get rid of all that. It's okay in some places that I've done it, it works okay, but there it takes away my Prince Valiant skies. Don't have him actually a place in mind where Al Foster did that. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go down here because he's still got some sky going on here. And we're going to go back into the color. I'll put in the sky here. Unless I'm doing, oh, I'm erasing. What am I erasing? Oh, I'm erasing. Huh. Okay, I'll do this. Beep, 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 boo, boo. La, 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 la. So I kind of like this page. I went into it about a month ago and added some stuff to it that it wasn't in the original. I am constantly adjusting these pages, and I'll keep on doing that until I come out with the print version. Everything's going on in the web comics so that I can see what it looks like, see whether or not this is the way I want it. Otherwise, I will make adjustments to it and see how it reads. Cool thing about this is all I do is just flip through it and see whether it reads, especially as opposing pages like that and this. Got to check to see whether or not they fit together. As you can see, when using this little brush here, you can get these little overlaps. You got to go into it with your smudge tool and smooth all that out. Oh well. Hey, I just noticed something. Hey, you son of a gun. Okay, I'll fix that in just a second. Okay, I'll do that. I'll fix this first. Then I'll do this. I really shooting myself in the foot. I want to do that. La 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 la. Okay, that's a little cooler than it was. And I'll go in there. See what that looks like. Okay. Now, I have to do a little smoothing here. Little smoothing, smooth, smooth, smooth. Get a little bit of oh man, I don't have, in the morning, I'm drinking coffee. So when this is going on, I'm drinking coffee. But I can't drink coffee at night. I'll be up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I have to teach tomorrow. 3 hour, 20-minute class is long enough as it is. Oh, let's go over here, do the same thing. Okay. And I'm just gonna, I think I have an idea in my head how I'll handle this. And I'm gonna try and do this in one application of the brush so I don't have to mess with smoothing it. If you don't let up on the brush, you don't get the overlaps. Die. Okay. Now look at that. I actually will do something right. Okay. Okay, over there. Look at that. Let's see. Can't bring that in there. You can tell I'm talking to myself. My wife gets worried about me because I do this all the time. Talking to myself. I had that one little overlap there. Well, you know. And bring this up here. Yep. Yeah, this shouldn't take forever now. Yeah, I'll get this done. I've gone with 38 minutes. I'd say in an hour and a half, got this done. And then my wife won't be giving that look with the eyebrow raised. You know that look. Like, what do you mean? Don't make a lot of noise. Okay, that seems to be working out. The idea of making old Blueboy's backside there nice and white to let it contrasts against everything else. I like that. While I have a chance to, I probably need to start printing these pages out digitally on my Epson see what they'd look like. Not on the screen, but in print. Huh. Looks pretty good on my phone. I'm looking at the YouTube feed. On the phone doesn't look too bad. I pretty much designed all these things for just because right now this is the venue, and it may never change that way. It may never change. That right now it's a webcomic, which is my staging area. So I want everything to be very readable on a phone. I want to really pop out, be nice on a phone. I worry about whether or not it's nice in print. I'll get to that. But right now it has to really sing on a phone. Just like I have said before, that I make sure my type on the phone is big enough so you can read it. Whereas, because I've seen some really famous, wonderful web comics where the type is so small you can't read it on a phone. You can read it on a desktop, but most people are reading comics on a phone, which is probably horrible for your eyes in the long run, really. Paper and sunlight or incandescent light's a little bit better for your eyes than a video screen, but you're not going to change that, are you? That is the future. I think it's probably why Amazon came out, and probably Nook, Barnes and Noble came out with e-readers that mimic paper. Paper's good for your eyes, and this is, whether you like it or not, it's a very, very weak form of radiation. And you can pay a price for it sooner or later, so I try to keep about, how far am I? 18, 36, 54, 54, 62, no, 72. Yeah. Well, come on, I can't be. I could be. I'm about 60 inches probably from my monitor, so I'm not gonna mess up my eyes doing that. That's the way I like it. That's why you should get big enough monitor so that you can be away about 60 inches away from it, not to be too close to it. A little bit over here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit like that. Okay. Okay, now had a little bit of a problem right there, here and there. Okay, now how are we going to handle this? Well, down here, let's get rid of that. Get that color. Put my tone back on. Be smart and use the hand that is actually readily available in Photoshop. And put in that background, which I may put some kind of features in there because it right now looks like a sea of mud. Okay, a little bit over here. A little bit over here. I got this in the way. I'll get out of here. Okay. Okay. And I made a boo-boo here. I'll try to fix it right now. His arm is not swathed in cotton. Yeah, sort of like, just do it like this. Oh, okay, gray. We gotta have some gray. Okay, like gray. Yeah, those trees have to be the same gray as that. That gray. Take that down here. Let's see if that gray is a little different. It is. And I can play around with. Oh, it's good to see my barber today, man. He and I have been friends for way over 20 years. Been cutting my hair for over 20 years. His father and he cut my father-in-law's hair when they lived in Cuba. So they have known each other forever. And so when I was looking for a barber, my wife just said, go see Fajardo. So I did. And I have never wanted anybody else cut my hair. No one else. He does not. He just like bing, bang, boom, boom. It's done. He just like is so incredibly good. If you live in Miami, it's over on 8th Street, 22nd and 24th. And he is just amazingly good. A nice guy, too. Okay, so let me look at this. Play with the skies. Yeah, I don't want to get too feisty with this. Good to see that old guy. He's only like a couple of years older than me, so he's not that old, unless I'm that old. Okay, now I'm going to take out the tone in this here because it's too gray. Or maybe I'll do it like this. Okay, let's try that. Maybe we can do it like that. Okay. And well, let's play around with some of that. That might work. And we can do the same thing down here. Well, I kind of messed that up. Well, there are ways to fix these things. Okay. And I'm on my tone layer, and that's my tone, so maybe I can make that just like the shadows and clouds. And then down here, I can be doing the same thing. This is where this becomes fun. I worked my tail off getting this book ready just for this. I've been working on it since August of 2018. It just so happens I sent the first drawing I ever did for Blueboy Brown to Rick Berry, and he flipped over it. And so I knew I had something going, and I knew I had a story, and that is the big deal. You've got to have a story. Your story must sing. Your story must have some legs. It must hit you where you live. And this story will hit you where you live. It has everything that a story's supposed to have, I think. No, I've been working on it I've been working on it for a long time. Did a lot of research into it. I know a lot about the history of a country in the teens and the early 20s. Is where most of this is going to happen. For 1914 to about, maybe around to 1920. And I know a lot about what was going on here. A strange period of history, as all periods of history appear to be. Yep, they all seem to be populated by a bunch of weirdos. Okay, the whole world seems to be like that right now. Okay, so maybe I put in a few of my little clouds. And everybody loves clouds. One of the greatest things that ever happened to me was in graduate school. At the time, I didn't think it was so great, but I lived with it. It was no big deal. I was in a graduate seminar. Probably said this before, but not like anybody's listening. And I was in those weird things. When you're in graduate school, you think you're accomplishing something, you're not. You're just kind of, I don't know what happens in what really supposed to happen in graduate school. I just know I was kind of trying to figure out something. You mostly plant the seeds for whatever's going to happen to you later. Anyways, I was working at Utrecht, and I got a discount on paint. I started using their acrylic paint because I don't know why I was using acrylic paint. I guess I was experimenting, and I did these big paintings of clouds. The kind of John Constable clouds you see in the hay wane. And at the end of the semester, the seminar teacher, Jillian Jagger, who's a pretty significant sculptor back in the pop art time, back in the early 60s. She said, I'm not picking you. I said, what? Says, she was looking at these clouds things. Your paintings are about the good. Nobody's interested. And of course, at the time, it didn't really hit me too much because nobody's really educated in college. It's later on. If you ever get educated, it won't be in college. It's something you did outside of college. And now I realize that she was completely wrong, because everybody's interested in the good. There's nothing else that we're interested in. We're only interested in the good. We're not interested in evil per se, unless it's how we can avoid it. If we are interested because we want to do it, then sorry, I'm not interested in you even talking to you. But her whole deal was that nobody was interested in paintings that were about goodness. And she's wrong. She was so wrong, because that is all people are interested in. They're not interested in sentimentality. They're not interested in the, well, actually, in the art world. The art world is not the world of art, but the art world that I was in, New York City and all that other stuff. They're probably not interested in the good. They're usually interested in the quirky or something like that. But human beings themselves are very interested in the good. That is all they're interested in. They want to embrace the good. They want the good to be in their lives. That's what we all seek. We all seek goodness. Who would seek a crummy life in which you don't know what the heck's going on, and everything's just a bundle of horrible circumstances, and you never figure anything out? That's not why we strive the way we do. We're all looking for the good. So she was wrong. And I have never given up that thing of seeking out the good. That is just the most important thing. Every piece of great literature you've ever read is about the good. Seeking it out, finding how you can get aligned with it, so that you also can be good. I don't know anybody who wants to be evil. Who would want to be evil? That'd be the craziest thing. You'd have to be out of your mind to want to be evil. And I have the opinion that those who seek to be evil are really just sad little puppies who want to control everybody else's life. And that has never been my thing. Nope, I don't need to control somebody else's life. I barely control my own. Well, look at that. It's a turn down day. Nothing on my mind. It's a turn down day. La 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 la. It's a turn down day. Nothing on my mind. It's a turn down day. Well, okay, those are working out okay. We'll bring this over here. I'm not that far away from being finished. So where are we at? 59 minutes? It's not a bad little production going on here today. Doodaloo doo doo. It's not my mind. It's turned down D. La 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 la. It's turned down D. And on my mind. Of course, all these fluffy skies and everything like that are the exact opposite of what's going on in Blueboy's mind right now. He has just witnessed a murder. He's 12 years old, and he's witnessed a murder. Okay. What's that do? Now we go down here to this, and we're going to soften up some of these lines here so they're not so. La, 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 la. Okay, a little bit of line. Well, I'm liking this. This is okay. But some of these lines have to be softened. They can't just be like little drawings. You got to have soft and hard edges and things that whole planes. Others that just like go. Okay, a little bit down here. Oh, I didn't want that. Okay, I can bring that back. There. Didn't know what that elbow softened. Yeah, I didn't want that elbow softened. Don't want elbows. Soft elbows. Okay. And maybe I can go in and use the burn tool on a little bit of the bottom of these things. And I'm in the layer, so I need to be in the color. Okay. Put here too. I think I'm going to have to go in here and soften up these lines because I think I forgot to. I can get okay, a little bit, make this a little bit bigger. Brush. And well, now a little bit of smudging here and there. It'll come in handy. Don't want these all to look like we're done with a marker. Okay, down here, what's that? Now, what if I'm gonna do something radical here? What if I got rid of a lot of this here? Nope. Nope. Keep it simple. That's simple. I like it. Now it's laying in shadows. And grays of the wood. The wood has to be gray. I'm going to bring this over here. Find myself a nice little gray that has no black in it. Okay. So that's the tone area. I don't want that. I want it in color. Mm-hmm. Well, where are you? Oh, I'm at. Gosh, I'm so smart. Okay, that's not so bad. Okay, I was wondering why that wasn't so grayish, but it'll work out anyway. Okie doke. Okay. What about over here? Yeah, let's put a little bit of a second value right up there. I think that'll help a lot. Okay. But you do the same thing down here because this is not sandstone. That's okay. And I'll just put some of this over here. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Maybe some of this over here so that we don't have just the same flat color everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to start laying in shadows. And shadows have to be a chromatic neutral. My ball club. Okay, I'm going to bring it up to 40. Tab. 40. Tab. Then bring this up to 45. And that'll be okay. Let me see how it looks like. I'm in normal. I'm anything but normal. Okay. La 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 la. I want to have probably a limited portion of the each panel have this shadow going on with it. Leave the rest just a little more cartoony. I'm going to check, see how that looks. That'll enable me to create more believable focal areas. A little bit of that. Bring that up like that. Bring this down like that. A little bit here. Doesn't have to be overly realistic. Bring this up like that. And let me see. Okay, I'll play around with shadows here, but it can't envelop it. Yeah, more like that. Maybe a few things over here. So, well, we're getting some rain. That's good. Glad I took the dog out when I did. Okay. And then shadow over here. Just let's accentuate this some. Now, I may have been wrong in doing this, but fortunately, this is all on a... Yeah, I think I was wrong doing that. Yep. I should have maybe this down here, but maybe some here. Let's see how that works. Okay, and then real lightly blend that. And maybe bring it down a little more. And bring it down like that. Okay. And then we do the same dang thing down here. I'm going to have Blueboy's face in shadow. Just have the tip of his nose peeping out. This coming down. Okay, we're going to bring this all the way around here. Let's bring this here. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm doing there. And then put you up here. A little bit like that. Bring this down like this. Okay. And I don't think I need a whole lot of going on down here. Maybe a little bit of that, just kind of quiet. Do I need to quiet that down? Maybe I do. Maybe I can have it sort of like his shadow is. What over that rock? Okay. Let's bring some of this in here. And then really go to town on the shadows right here. Okay. Almost finished. My wife would be real happy. I had the most wonderful wife there ever was. Because she has a strong will and she doesn't take any guff off of me. It's exactly what I need in a wife. I need a wife who, I'm not the kind of person who dominates anyone. That's just not me. Uh, but, oh, you know. Okay. Let me see what that looks like. Huh. Well, that's done. That's done. It's one of those pages almost, well, that middle left panel. Probably could go into the color layer and quiet this visual noise down. Make it more into a silhouette. That's not what I didn't want it in a color layer. Under the shadow layer. Okay. Uh-huh. Now I can dodge a little this. So I got this little bit of corridor of light here. That helps. Okay, that's what I wanted. Let's burn a little bit of this. Make him a little bit even darker here. La 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 la. Okay. You probably want to bring this in the tone area, and I didn't do that. Yep. Okay. Okay. Soften that up a tiny bit. Okay. Might want to do this over here too. Let's see. What would happen if I go in the shadows? So we're gonna figure out what I did. Okay. Smooth that up a tiny bit. I haven't gotten a lot of rotary phone today. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if I think I'm getting better. Maybe actually be getting better transmission from my computer to the streaming server. Huh. Maybe it's because it's later at night and in the morning, everybody's on it. Maybe a little bit of here. Just the tiniest bit. Don't want to overdo it. And in shadows, what if I were to give some variation from the top to the bottom? Just here. Oh, wonder if I overdid it there. I overdid it there. Fortunately, I got undos. Almost unlimited. There. That's what I wanted. Just there. Now I'm finished. I got that done. Save that thing. Okay. Now that's what's it look like next to its companion. Get over here. Get over here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Do 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 do. Yeah, I can live with that. So I'll reiterate. I only got one little message from him, but he said, "That sounds cool. How would we do this?" So very soon, Rick Barry's going to be he's going to be on this live stream, and of course, I forgot one little thing. Here, one little thing, and I got to do that. Rick Barry's going to be on this little thing I do here, and we're going to be out. He's got so many cool things going on. Be nice to just feature him for the whole show because he's got this book that came out late last year that is so outrageously gorgeous, called Invented People. Of course, I got me a autograph copy. Yep. Yep, he's got a record what just happened to him. Okay. And maybe I'll make that a little less opaque, yeah. Yeah, we don't want to overdo it there. Okay, just like that. Okay, I wish I didn't have that splotch of red on it, but that's a big part of the whole story. I can't do without it. So, anyway, so with a little luck, I'll have a cool guest on. Never had a guest before. Kind of wanted a guest. I talked to one other person, but I haven't got nobody got back to me. But maybe after Rick is on, people will want to come on because they'll say, "Hey, I was on a show that Rick Barry was on." Shut up before I say something. I'm completely naive. Let me see. Should I? Yeah. Anyway, it's all done. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something out of it. And I never did put on my opening screen, my ending screen tonight. Nope, I didn't, did I? Yeah. But there are worse things than not having an opening and ending screen. There we have it. That's what I'm doing. So I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's only 9:30. I guess I could take it easy the rest of the night. So y'all be good. Stay safe.